the internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hi, Carlton here, host of Corner Office, stopping by to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Thank you so very much for your support during this year. Every single week you're tuned in and the support is just overwhelming and I am so appreciative. I want you to take some time, slow down this Christmas. Have some cake, some sorrel chocolate. But remember just to get some rest because we have some goals to tackle in 2025 and we want them to be a winning year for you. All the very best and I'll see you next year.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVM TV.
Get Sagicor School Companion Health Plan for as little as $2,540 per month. The time by Sagicor Life is
7 o'clock.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, PNP awaits written reasons in DPP Tenure decision. Multi-millions lost to praedial larceny, and Jamaica leads Caribbean with smart pest technology, while in sports, Cricket West Indies and Caribbean Cage signed 10-year partnership. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 or Weekend Edition for Saturday, December 21, 2024. I'm Ramon Gordon. The People's National Party has responded to Friday's court ruling which allowed the government to extend DPP Paula Llewellyn's tenure under the Constitution. Opposition spokesperson on Justice Senator Donna Scott Mottley addressed the outcome.
We await receiving the written reasons for the decision of the Court of Appeal, and we will make a determination as to the next steps once we have had an opportunity to review those reasons. As the opposition, we remain steadfast in our commitment to democratic principles of government, and we will continue to defend the Constitution and the people of Jamaica whenever we feel they are in jeopardy.
Senator Donna Scott Mottley reiterated two key concerns that prompted the People's National Party to challenge the matter in court.
The government's enactment of constitutional legislation without any consultation with the opposition on a matter concerning a particularly sensitive office, coupled with the unprecedented haste to pass it through Parliament without proper review or any prepared debate, amounted to a pernicious abuse of power, inimical to good governance in a constitutional democracy. The government's approach was all the more egregious given the constitutional reform process that was then underway, and that was completely sidestepped by this rushed constitutional change.
The U.S. Embassy in Jamaica has announced that its Jamaican Temporary Worker Security Program will take effect on January 1, 2025. The program introduces key changes for applicants seeking H-2B temporary non-agricultural workers, J-1 exchange visitors, or Q-1 international cultural exchange visitors visas. Unregistered foreign labor recruiters have been known to charge illegal fees and send Jamaican workers to unauthorized work sites in the U.S., exposing them to risks like labor trafficking and debt bondage. Starting January 1, applicants must include recruiter details in their DS-160 forms by answering the question, "Did anyone assist you in preparing your application?" The embassy will verify recruiters against the list approved by Jamaica's Ministry of Labor or the U.S. Department of Labor. Applications with unregistered recruiters will be rejected, and applicants must reapply with approved recruiters. And praedial larceny continues to plague farmers, causing multi-million-dollar losses. Adrian Williams has the details.
As the year comes to an end, for farmers, the fear of losing their crops and the livestock to theft lingers, something head of the Praedial Larceny Prevention Coordination Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, Senior Superintendent Oral Pasco, seeks to reduce. Though seeing a reduction to last year's numbers, a relatively high estimated value has been taken by thieves.
We have actually started collecting data. We have not gotten it fully yet for an estimated value of the goods that were stolen. And so far, we have started early, I think later this year, we are gone about 32 million for the divisions that reported for the incidences. And that's a significant improvement. And so we want to have various ways of collecting data that we can say, all right, so this is an estimated value.
The figure highlighted was as of November 2024. To ramp up efforts, Pasco leads the charge to create a division within the constabulary force focusing on this crime.
So the JSF is proposing to farm a formation, and I think based on I think Minister would have stated earlier, the cabinet approval was given earlier this month, and that cabinet approval will have put close to 400 million to start, and of course next fiscal year and a larger amount to supply vehicles and equipment and accommodation. So we're well on our way in terms of reducing praedial larceny and have a more pragmatic framework approach to getting it done.
But what of mobile units for officers?
We would have just gotten 30 motor vehicles from the Japanese government, and a number of them are earmarked for praedial larceny prevention. So we have some new motor vehicles for the Christmas for praedial larceny prevention.
Worldwide, praedial larceny accounts for 18% of agricultural losses. Adrian Williams reporting for CVM News.
Farmers are getting a tech upgrade to better manage agricultural pests. The Agriculture Ministry, in collaboration with key stakeholders, is introducing cutting-edge technology to improve pest surveillance and control. Britannia Witter has more.
Has become the first country in the Caribbean to adopt cutting-edge smart traps to bolster its pet surveillance and border protection efforts. The initiative, valued at over $90 million, spearheaded by the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining through its planned Quarantine Produce Inspection (PQPI) branch. It's in partnership with the Jamaica Social Investment Fund (JSIF) and aims to revolutionize how the island monitors and manages agricultural pests. Chief Plant Quarantine Produce Inspector at PQPI, Damian Rowe, explained how the traps work in tandem with the mobile technology to enhance surveillance.
The trap has camera built-in features, and it has the lure, the attractant that pulls the insect to the trap. And we are able to stay in our office anywhere in Jamaica. Our office, we could be in Kingston, we're looking at a trap in the and we're able to tell what is inside a trap. So if we see the target pest, or if the target pest is detected by the trap, a signal will be sent to our office to say that you have found something.
The smart traps, which will be deployed across Jamaica, are already being used to monitor two major pests, the Mediterranean fruit fly and the tomato leaf miner. Both pests are notorious for causing severe crop damage and disrupting export markets worldwide. Rowe expressed hope that other Caribbean nations would follow suit, recognizing the technology's potential to promote more efficient pest management practices.
We're hoping that our Caribbean neighbors can see what we're doing and move towards this technology, which will promote greater efficiency.
Etymologist identifier Karen Barrett Christie from PQPI highlighted the practical advantages of the new system, particularly in terms of the efficiency and reduced labor. Previously, the ministry used traditional paper traps, which required servicing every 2 weeks and changing lures every 8 to 10 weeks. The smart traps, however, only need servicing when the lure has been depleted, which typically takes 8 to 10 weeks.
We will have greater reach because we can put these traps in some of the remote places where we couldn't go. So that will assist us in being more efficient and more effective.
The smart traps mark a significant milestone for Jamaica, positioning the country as a leader in agricultural innovation within the Caribbean. Britannia Whittle, CVM News.
Ripton Infrastructure Limited has partnered with Heart NSTA Trust to certify its workers. At the first graduation, Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon highlighted the need for more skilled workers locally. Adrian Williams reports.
Ripton Infrastructure Limited, in a bid to upskill and reskill their workers, have teamed up with the Heart NSTA Trust in getting them certified. Minister of Education and Skills Dana Morris-Dixon spoke at the graduation ceremony for the inaugural batch in the partnership, saying the country needs more certified skilled workers.
Your certificate that you will receive today is a validation of your competence. Nobody can tell you that you can't do it. It is saying that you're competent. You're as good as anybody else in the world. All of our heart programs are mapped against what happens in the world.
Investment in human capital is paramount in growth of any nation, a sentiment shared by manager at Ripton Infrastructure Limited, Ricardo Foster.
Construction in Jamaica has changed, especially in the area of supply. The supply chain have opened and it allowed, a lot of us, Jamaicans to venture and to participate in the industry. And so, just like art manufacturing would have played a part in that, Ripton Infrastructure is playing a part in investing in its human capital.
The Education and Skills Minister looks forward to this initiative to attract more corporate bodies to do likewise.
I'm hoping that more corporates are going to follow Ripton Infrastructure. It's clear that Ripton is a leader, and it is a type of company that we need to see more of in our country if we're going to get to where we want to get.
Adrian Williams reporting for CVM News.
To regional news now, Trinidad's National Security Minister, Fitzgerald Hines, has appointed a 3-member team to investigate the fire that claimed the lives of Minister Lisa Morris-Julian and her 2 children. More from TTT News.
The appointees were named by Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines at a media conference on Friday.
We formally announce the existence of this committee, and it is to be chaired by Mr. Roosevelt Bruce, a former chief fire officer who was enlisted in the fire service on the 1st of January in 1990.
The other members of the committee are HSSE consultant Kurt Cadet and lawyer from the Office of the Attorney General Ashti Mahabir.
It is to make such findings, observations, and recommendations arising out of its deliberations that may be deemed appropriate regarding the following objectives: to inquire into the precise facts and circumstances surrounding the response of the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service to the fire.
In international news, tragedy struck a Christmas market in eastern Germany, where a car plowed through crowds, killing 5 people, including a small child. More from the BBC.
Confusion, chaos. There are passers-by tending to those injured on the ground. What sounds like children crying, and adults too. People are looking round, bewildered at what's just happened. Eyewitnesses say a car drove at speed straight into dozens upon dozens of people. Just a few hours ago, this market was bustling with people shopping and socialising in the days before Christmas. Ambulances and emergency services scramble to help those they can, taking people to hospital and treating at the scene. Hospitals in the area told to deal with a mass casualty event.
This is a terrible tragedy. It's a catastrophe for the city of Magdeburg and for Germany in general. For this to happen at a Christmas market is hard to comprehend.
Attacks on citizens in Germany are nothing new. 8 years ago, an articulated lorry ploughed into a busy Christmas market in the heart of Berlin, killing 12 people and injuring many more.
More CVM News at noon, at 7 in a moment.
CVM Cook Shop. Yes, I'm the sous chef up in here. Executive chef. So today's episode is very special to me because it is sponsored by Benjamin's and IGL. Well, I'm in a kitchen and a chef, me now lie, me just do one thing at a time. So we're not pouring wine, we're dispensing wine.
We're dispensing wine.
Happy holiday. Yes.
It's good, eh?
Bad. Catch the CVM Cook Shop Wednesdays at 8 p.m.
Join my private room. Only $1,000 for a grand time.
That I know me. We never said that. But who going believe me?
That is correct. $4,350,000. Yes, go ahead. $4 million? I never approved that.
Yes, nego, that tomorrow. So me have to get the money today, no longer. Then no me face that. We never make no record or beg nobody no money.
Deepfakes are AI-generated images and videos made to look and sound like people we know and trust. They're used to spread misinformation, destroy reputations, and are used to commit fraud and scams.
Don't fall victim to deepfakes. Protect yourself. For more information, visit broadcastingcommission.org or scan the QR code on screen.
Thank you, and I don't have to pay for this.
Yes, it's Santa.
In the house. Let him sit under your arm as well.
They said saying it, but you gotta be in that bag, yeah.
From now on.
Let's go right into our first headline.
They said saying it, but you gotta be in that bag, yeah. With the lights off, 'tis the season.
Going to a break.
Now to the business report with Joel Croskill.
Lots to share with you in the business report today, as West Indies Petroleum WIP, which controls nearly a third of Jamaica's fuel market, has spun off its retail and commercial fuel distribution business into a standalone company, WIP Energy Limited, as part of a growth strategy aimed at increasing market share while driving lower fuel costs. According to Charles Chambers, CEO of West Indies Petroleum and Executive Director of the newly formed WIP Energy, the creation of a standalone entity will allow for more efficiency and operational autonomy, crucial for fueling the significant growth opportunities the new entity intends to capitalize on.
West Indies Petroleum for the last 10 years has been a company that's been putting fuel into all aspects of Jamaicans' lives, whether it's in gas stations or in the shipping space or in the commercial space, and we've brought a level of competition to Jamaica and indeed to the Caribbean that I think was necessary to bring efficiency to the market. As time has gone by, we've seen a need to improve the metrics of performance of our own company, and rather than keeping all of those things wrapped up in one entity, we decided strategically that it would make sense to separate those entities. WIP Energy is the local part of our business that distributes fuel to more than 150 gas stations, as well as for more than 30% of the fuel in Jamaica today. We formed WIP Energy for efficiency of that particular business unit, that we see incredible opportunities for growth and for the development of the fuel industry in Jamaica and well beyond. In order to maximize its potential, we've started at the top, and we've amassed a collection of people that we think are real powerhouses in the Jamaican landscape, who will bring a level of corporate governance to the company that we think will be unprecedented.
The WIP CEO says the starburst has allowed the company to amass a team of Jamaican powerhouses at the board level, which reads like a who's who of respected industry veterans across several domains of expertise.
I'm very pleased to say that our chairman is going to be Mr. Patrick Hilton, former CEO of NCB Group, and he will be supported at the board by former CFO of NCB Group, Mr. Dennis Coyne, as well as Mrs. Catherine Lewis Green, an accountant, attorney, and board member of several publicly listed companies in Jamaica, as well as some private companies here. Mr. Danville Walker, former managing director of ATL and the Jamaica Observer, as well as former Commissioner of Customs and Director of Elections, and rounded out by Mr. Winston Watson, former Group Managing Director of PCJ and Petrojam. And they will support the founding shareholders of West Indies Petroleum, who will also be a part of the board of directors. So very exciting time.
The board, which will maintain strong ties with parent company West Indies Petroleum, ensuring continued access to its import capabilities, an advantage that Chambers suggests will be a major propellant to the future success of WIP Energy.
2025, we won't be 30% of the market anymore. In fact, we think we will be the largest and most profitable fuel company in Jamaica, and that the ensuing years are going to be years where WIP Energy grows well beyond the shores of Jamaica into the Caribbean, Central America, and South America, where we'll be taking the Jamaican brand and flying it very high.
And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crosskill.
This week on Inspire Jamaica, we dive into the story of a 13-year-old who has fought through Down syndrome, leukemia, a heart defect, and delayed speech since birth. We explore how music has become a powerful influence in his life.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can.
And this is my year. Oh, 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 oh.
That one.
Hello, Jamaica.
Season's greetings. This is Christoph Marshall, one of our inspirees. And he, like so many of the other inspirees, have often been looked on to be the inspirations for a great many persons, due to the fact that they have faced various odds and have survived and are still surviving. But today we're going to flip the script, and we are going to focus on persons who have helped them to survive. And Christoph's favorite person, one of his favorite person, is recording gospel artist
Kevin Downswell.
Kevin Downswell. Christoph, where did you meet Kevin?
Mandeville.
Mandeville.
What did you feel when you meet Kevin?
I'm crying, and I meet him Mandeville and woke him up. I'm so happy for him.
Yes.
Special to me.
Special to him. It was an emotional moment to see the persons. He has always heard his songs over the radio for many years, and to actually see him, it was an amazing moment, an emotional moment. You know, his songs have always been integral in his development, right?
And I've always talked about Kevin's songs being important and integral in his development. Physically, yes. Spiritually, it has allowed him to grow and develop and be confident. And it has also impacted his love for music. Songs like "You Make Me Stronger." Yes. Which other one?
My year.
My year and
this is my year. Oh 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 oh.
That one.
I truly believe that he understands that it will be his year, but he takes it from a narrow perspective, that every day can be my day once I'm truly committed to it. Music can be seen as a switch in Christoph's body. Once it turns on, there's no lack, there's no difference, there's no comparison, there's no turning off. It's just Christoph. Always have been, always will be.
So today I take this opportunity to implore corporate Jamaica, whatever you do, whatever you're going to put out there to the public, please ensure that it impacts positively. Be cognizant of the fact that you are impacting and affecting lives. You're affecting people. People are going to live because of your songs. People are your dance, whatever you do. People are going to make life-changing choices. People will survive because of what you put out there. People will thrive. People will develop. Particularly our inspirees, they listen to you and they take your word or whatever you do. They live by it. So I beg of you. I really beg of you.
Be positive in all that you do. And let's continue to
inspire Jamaica.
Inspire Jamaica.
So dear.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can.
Ronaldo is warming up for sports after the break.
Christmas time in Jamaica, it's all about the food, the family, and the vibes. And nobody does it better than CVM.
Hey, listen, you see my bunga rice and peas? It's so good. Make us start to sing. Make the Christmas get you.
Look at no, bother with it, please. Let's stick to hosting, IT. Let's leave the singing to the voice box kids on CVM. Not you, do.
This Christmas, we are bringing the taste of the season right into your home.
Ooh, now this is how you do a seafood broil. But don't worry, we'll show you how on CVM Cook Shop.
From your favorite Christmas recipes to all the holiday entertainment, stay locked in to CVM Television.
So from our CVM family to yours, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Make your holiday meals unforgettable with CVM Cook Shop. Yes, I'm the sous chef up in here. Executive chef. So today's episode is very special to me because it is sponsored by Benjamin's and IGL. Well, I'm in a kitchen and a chef, I'm not alive, but that's the one thing at that time. So we're not pouring wine, we're dispensing wine.
We're dispensing wine.
Happy holiday. Yes.
It's good, eh?
Bad. Catch the CVM Cook Shop Wednesdays at 8 p.m.
Thank you. And I don't have to pay for this.
Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds bling.
Yes, it's Santa.
In the house.
It's the season.
Let them sit under your arm as well.
They said saying it, but you got up in that bag, yeah.
From now on.
Let's go right into our first headline.
They said saying it, but you got up in that bag, yeah. With the lights off, 'tis the season.